Work and life harmony. It's not only about work-life balance. I think that's what everybody thinks when I mention that. It's part of it, but it's also about harmony within yourself, harmony in your career, and doing the things that you love. And then it's also about creating harmony in the workplace between coworkers and leaders being able to create harmony. And ultimately, it's about creating harmony that goes out into the world. Coach Kim Bettie with another episode of Work and Life Harmony. Today, I have something special to share with you. One of the things that I love about Facebook is that it will prompt the different memories in your life, and sometimes they are from pleasure and sometimes they're from pain. This particular one was me going from pain to purpose. And 3 years ago in 2019, around this exact same time, I launched a group coaching session. It was really what we called a mastermind plus master coaching. It's the reason that I did it that's so interesting. And it really does depict how I fight my battles. So the topic for today is, this is how I fight my battles. And I wanted to share with you my process, my formula that works for me. It's also, as a coach, how I support others in fighting their battles. And what you're going to see is an amazing group that was formed of women who were all going through hell. I literally started the hashtag, if you're going through hell, keep moving. And so you'll see the women going through the workshop. There's a clip that I'm going to share with you. It does depict how I fight my battles. So I'm going to give you the 3 C's of how I fight my battles. And then after it's over, I'm going to come back on and just break it down for you. First, I fight my battles with confidence. And it's really why I did the workshop in the first place. Confidence is about being self-assured in your own abilities. And for me, it goes a little bit deeper, because not only am I self-assured in my abilities based on I did it before, I can do it again. Also, though, it comes from my faith. One of my favorite Bible verses, all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. So during this time in my life, I was going through one of the most difficult, one of the most painful, and one of the biggest battles of my life. And I, at this time, had been battling, and it was sort of like halftime, like I stepped off the field. I had done everything that I could do, and I needed to go back and regroup and re-strategize and, lick my wounds a bit and catch my breath. And I thought to myself, I'm confident because all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. Now I've got to get into my calling. The second work in my calling and my purpose, it was really my desperate attempt, to be perfectly honest, to ensure that I had God on my side. And so I honored my purpose. I heeded my call to use technology to give away my gifts and my services. And so I put out on Facebook a post that said, if you're going through hell and you need to keep moving, and I'm going through hell and I know the way out, and if you want to join me, let's do this together. And that brings me to my 3rd C, is community. I didn't want to do it alone. And I also knew that I wasn't the only one going through hell. It was a combination of, like, Harriet Tubman helping to help set others free, and Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Like, I don't have to go down this yellow brick road alone. So what you're going to see in this clip is the confidence. We're going to talk about that, and you'll see that in a moment. You're going to see me in my calling. And when I look at it, those who know me well, you can see the pain that I'm in. However, you can also see the determination and the courage and the commitment. I don't think I've ever seen myself this passionate and with this much energy. So I don't even know where it came from. I do know where it came from. And so it's interesting. And then you're also going to see this community of amazing women who were all determined to make it through to the other side of their hell and agree to share it with others so that they could inspire others to keep moving if they were going through hell. One other thing that I do want to say is this hell that I was going through, this pain, the spoiler alert is I did win the battle and everything did turn out for the good. I didn't know it at that time though. That's why I say you see, this is how I fight my battles, because I didn't know it. So take a listen, and while you're doing so, ask yourself, are you confident?
I have the faith to overcome. In this, I will be confident. I'm too close to quit, and the stakes are too great for me to hesitate. So whatever it costs, whatever it takes, I'll keep coming. I show up, take the shot with my hands shaking.
Are you confident that your vision is coming to pass, or what are you confident in?
When you ask if I feel confident, yeah, I feel like God is setting everything up. As you know, there was a shift this week. My enemy is my footstool. Yes, I'm confident because I have no choice whatsoever but to do it. And I want to praise that I woke up at 8:30 this morning. I have written 1,000 words this morning, and I am geeked.
To say I am confident. There's been so many doors that's opened to show me that I'm going the right direction. And every time I'm thinking, oh, well, this may be it, a door opens and shows me you have further that you can go. So I am confident I'm on the right track because the doors are opening and everything is coming together. Even the things that I thought that I couldn't do, I'm being shown that I can do more than I ever thought I imagined I could do. So I'm going further and I'm learning more and I'm getting to where I want to be. And I have the confidence that I can achieve what my vision is.
Yes, am I confident? Yes, I'm feeling very confident, especially over the past couple weeks, mainly through just consistent prayer and meditation, and more so protecting my space. I'm understanding the importance and the need to protect my space.
I feel a glimmer of confidence. And part of that is from starting with God, even if I don't see it, even if I don't feel it, it's like nothingness happening. I will stand in confidence on the truth of your word.
It's one thing to say it. It's a different thing to really at least have that mustard seed of confidence. And the thing that I notice the difference is when I have that, I sleep better at night. When I have that, I get that idea that actually gets me to move forward in the area that actually gives me the evidence of that confidence and that outcome. And then when I don't have that confidence, I just see the negativity. When I do have the confidence, I see the fruit growing on the tree, and I've got to take that shot. I've got to take that shot. This is the progress report week. So last week we talked about our hell that we were going through. And
I have been working for the Shark Group, this amazing, amazing man that has given me a platform. And I feel like I haven't taken advantage of it.
Hell, okay, so last year, my practice was going through a restructuring, and I was like just about a month into restructuring my business when my husband suddenly passed away.
I was basically betrayed, set up, and publicly humiliated as part of a government corruption scandal.
I wanted to determine what skills I can use to earn income on the side. That's one of the things. I'm not sure how to go about turning a skill into a business.
I just want to have a life without limits. With me being a registered nurse, I have people say, well, why do you want to be an event? Why do you want to invent stuff? Or why do you want to do this? I'm like, I want to do whatever I say I want to do.
And today I want to talk about that biggest barrier that you have. Some of you reported in your email, others are getting prepared to report out today. Dr. Gina did that agenda for change. She had her list. Can you share a little bit about that?
So I picked these steps, right, as you told us to do, steps to make progress towards change and overcoming these barriers. And so in every category, I did something except the one category, which was taking care of me and my health. In every category, I did something except in that category, I did zero. Anyway, she sent back and I said, Kim, it's once again that laser-like focus on your coaching. It's like, this week, Gina, we're going to talk about internal struggles. And it was really then that it dawned on me, oh my word, like I just haven't done a thing there. And I really have done a little reflection on that, even though it's just been in the last several hours. And it's like immediately, I'm putting myself last still.
You're the amazing nurse practitioner with a practice, healing everybody else and not taking care of your own health. The cobbler has no shoes on. And that's our challenge. Are we loving ourselves? Are we being our own best friend? Are we focusing on the mask, putting the mask on and not having the mask on?
Clearly, it's like, I will not let my own health be what keeps me from carrying out this call on my life. Good grief. I will not let that be it. At least those things I have control over, number one. And number two is, I cannot speak about loving yourself. I can't speak about doing this, that, and the other unless I'm practicing it.
I'm good at helping other people. I help everybody all day, every day. One of the things I've been doing is I read something that talks about how much stuff you can hold in your brain, right? And so what I've been doing is now journaling. I keep a work journal, but I haven't been journaling the musings, the ideas, the vision. So I call it my musings page, MUSINGS. And what's happening is it's emptying out the things that I have in my brain for other people. And you'll see like number 1 through 8 might be somebody else. Number 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is me.
I'm a registered nurse, but I'm also an inventor and I want to be an entrepreneur. And I want to inspire people and motivate people. But kind of like what you said, with me wanting to motivate and inspire, I also have to do the work I'm expecting others to do. So one thing I have an issue with, my barrier is discipline. Being consistent with it. Like I emailed you all my stuff and I just started off doing my journal and I was so proud. I had a day, my Monday started out great. I had a schedule where, it was spring break last week. So I had a schedule in time for me, plus balancing the kids. So I had like little arts and crafts scheduled in to do with them. I did great. I loved it. I went to bed. I felt great. The next day, it's like I did a little bit, but not as strict with my schedule. The next day, it's like I had on my barriers came up where with my business, I had to do some redesigning. Anytime I'm revamping or redesigning, it's always a big stress on you. Then you're researching, you're trying to find this, you're editing, you're doing so much stuff that physically and mentally drains you. So at that point, the rest of the week, my excuse was, you're still going, but you don't really need to worry about the schedule. Fell off the schedule, and I knew Monday when I did that schedule, I felt great. I felt like a great mom. I felt like a great, entrepreneur. I felt like I was doing everything. So to me, I was like, I didn't understand why I didn't stick to the schedule because it worked. Regardless of how much I fight against it, to be disciplined, I need something I can track and that can give me that break I need, work in more me time, more family time. I need to be consistent with it.
You can go home now, but I'm talking about going deeper. One is to decipher the difference between the external goal and the internal goal. The external goal, those are the tangibles, the things in the way, like Dr. Gina, let's clap for her. She hired a team member. Like that's an external goal, right? Woo-hoo. So many things we're proud of, that you've done. That means it's like outside of you, it's a to-do list that you can check off that list and do. The internal goal, that's your emotional health. That's your mental health. Like, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? So when you're looking at the thing that you're working on, I want you to start to look at your internal situation? And are you putting God first? Are you taking that time to meditate? Are you having your emotional intelligence? Are those the kinds of things that are blocking you? Let's clap for Aletha. We see Aletha.
Yeah.
Hang on there. I'm going to catch you up with what happened today. See you guys later. Have a great week. Let's break those 3 areas down. The confidence. It reminds me of my mother, who could sometimes be pessimistic. She called herself a realist. But let something happen to one of her children, and she became this confident warrior, if you will. And one example that I'm reminded of is when my sister had a health scare and she was in the hospital, and my mom did what she would do. She put that hand on her hip and she would strut down and she would say, "Not my child." And she would go and she went and talked to the doctors and talked to the nurses and figured it out and saved my sister's life. I mean, obviously the doctors who performed the surgery saved her life, but it was because of my mom getting their attention on the problem that saved my sister's life. So there's certain challenges that we face where losing is not an option. And that's what you saw in me at that time. Losing was not an option, like burn the ship. We have to win this battle to get off the island. And so what I'm suggesting is that those times that you've survived a battle like that, or I'll speak to myself, I survived that type of battle, I can bottle up that determination, that confidence, that faith, and use it again. Because if I got through that and I won, then this one, I know I can too. And so, secondly, operating in my purpose. I remember when I was working in a office where, we were under a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. A lot of it came from our boss himself. It was hard. And whenever I would get down and I can't do this anymore, one of my colleagues, another coach, would say, "Kim, just get in your purpose. Just get in your purpose." And as soon as I did it, it was like Clark Kent. I went into the phone booth and came out super woman, super Coach KB. And so for me, I have to always remember that when I don't feel like I have that energy to make those moves, I can make them when I get in my purpose, when I honor my calling. And then the third is the community. When I put that Facebook post out, if you're going through hell and you want to keep on moving, never did I even really imagine that people would respond. And I remember that when around this time that year, I put it out and I wanted 12 women. And at that time I had 10 out of 12, and I ended up with more than enough. Surrounding yourself around others that are like-minded, that maybe they aren't even going through what you're going through. However, they either have been or they are and they're determined to win. That's important. You don't need naysayers around you when you're going through hell. You need people who are saying, "We're going to burn the ships and we're going to win this battle and we're going to make it off this island." And so I'm saying to you, if you are going through hell, keep moving. Be confident. Find something deep within that allows you to know your own strength, your purpose, your calling, something that you can give back to others that will also fill you up, and surround yourself around people who have either been there and done that, or they're doing that thing right now. This is how I fight my battles. Now you go fight yours.